at it.
I would like to see that picture if he was red.
Oh, pretty cool. Volume 4?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure. I don't know how good that would have went for them. I think they were already trying to beat the satanic allegations at that point.
Satanic allegations.
They really cared about satanic allegations.
I don't know. I think they somewhat cared.
I mean, they had already written fucking After Forever, so.
Oh yeah, that was on Master Reality.
Yeah.
I forgot the story about that one.
Their Christian metal song.
Not a bad one. It's on their best album.
Oh lord, that's like their 5th best album.
That's number 1. Don't be silly.
It is literally Volume 4 is better than everyone.
No, it's not, because it has probably the worst Black Sabbath song on it.
I mean, okay, that might be fair. That might be true, but the rest of it is just like improved versions of Master Reality songs.
Oh yeah, Changes. That's my favorite right there.
I admitted that one. Changes sucks ass. I hate Changes. It's terrible.
And
Everything
FX,
about it.
which is the worst Black Sabbath song.
Changes. I thought you were talking about Changes.
I'm talking about FX, the one that's literally just dinging in your ear.
Okay, fucking Master Reality has Embryo, which is useless.
A
Has
cool
Orchid, which
ass
is also
intro.
useful. Embryo and Orchid are useless as fuck.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. And Solitude is terrible.
Solitude is not terrible.
Solitude is a shitty
my
Planet
God.
Caravan.
It's better, actually. I enjoy more.
Oh my lord, Solitude is fucking dog shit compared to Planet
Noah,
Caravan.
can you tilt your webcam down just a teeny bit? Stop. That's good. Perfect.
Yeah, I got to make it actually
Oh.
do it.
Yeah, that works. Okay. You guys done with your album
Maybe.
cover rant?
Master
talking about
Reality
the
cover
music.
sucks ass.
Oh, it doesn't suck. It's just whatever. It's just the fucking the title.
All right. We got to get into this. We got to get into it. It is time. Here we go. Change that to that. All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the Three Idiots Talking podcast. We are back with another album review, a lot requested album review from many different people on our channel. In the comments have been requesting us to do Coldplay's Viva La Vida, or Death and All His Friends, more commonly known as Viva La Vida by itself. This album has gotten a fuck ton of requests from you guys ever since we did the first Coldplay album, Parachutes. I think we also did Moon Music as well when they released that. Both of those albums have gotten a ton of people requesting us to do Viva La Vida. Like, it's been by far the most requested, and so it's about time we finally got into this and did this one. I think that Coldplay has a lot of bad albums, but in my opinion, this is easily going to be their best. It's not really even close. But I'm not going to go too hard into it. My opinion's that I think have you guys all heard this album?
No.
No, you haven't heard this. Really?
No.
Wow. Okay. All right. I didn't know I hadn't heard it. Fair enough. Well, in that case, we have a new first time listen on it, which is always good to see. But yeah, this is I think their most popular album. I think. Maybe Parachutes.
No idea.
I don't know. It's definitely up there as one of their most popular or favorite. Pretty common. Any thoughts on it beforehand, Noah, Cole?
I don't think I could have made thoughts on it.
Well, you go ahead, Cole.
What are my thoughts on Viva La Vida?
Yeah, any predictions on Noah's maybe ranking?
Oh gosh. I think Noah will generally think that it is pretty whatever.
Pretty whatever. Okay.
Yeah, probably get like a 5.
I mean, it's not that long an album. It's 45 minutes, 10 songs deep. Came out in 2008. I think it has a pretty cool cover out of all album covers. I think it's one of the cooler ones. Very interesting looking. I don't know why there's an alarm going off. Sorry about that.
Didn't even hear it.
Yeah. All right. Let's not beat around the bushes. I do like the cover quite a lot. We were having these two were having a very prolonged album cover discussion.
I don't think
before
it
we
needs the
hopped
font,
into
the
this. I think the text
It'd be
helps a
better
lot. I
without.
think it's pretty cool.
The text is stupid.
You're wrong. All right, we're not here to discuss albums. We're here to listen to this song, to the album itself. Not here to discuss album covers. We're here to discuss the albums. Let's get into it, starting with Life in Technicolor.
I feel like they only put the text on the cover to cover up that girl's nipple.
Maybe.
Alright, so far we're sounding like YouTube tutorial music.
All right.
It sounds like the intro to a Coldplay song.
Wow, that's crazy.
Intro to a U2 song. It's their third highest selling album for the record.
Third highest selling.
Yeah.
Majority of that comes off of one song.
That was...
You good there, Noah?
Don't know if those back vocals were necessary.
One of the rare Coldplay albums where I actually like the drums. Don't think they sound like shit.
Not sure
All
I
right.
need him going, oh!
I mean, he only went it for like 5, not even 10 seconds, like 5
It was
seconds.
just kind of funny.
All right, that was Life in Technicolor. You know what? Let's start with a person who hasn't heard before. Noah.
It was okay. Nothing going on much. Didn't really... Drums could have been a little louder. Could have been more existent.
Huh?
I feel like that would have benefited the song. Besides that, the melody was okay. Didn't really grab me. I didn't hate it. So I guess just for a nice little intro song, I'll give it a 5.5.
5.5. All right, cool.
I mean, production-wise, it's as good as it's ever gonna get for Coldplay. They're certainly never gonna improve upon that. That's because they didn't produce it. I mean, instrumentally, I don't know. It's got a lot of Coldplay-isms that I just don't fuck with at all. Really.
Coldplay-isms.
Yeah, it's just trying a little too hard to be vibrant, I guess.
Vibrant.
and- Okay.
Just a little joke. Keep going.
Yeah, I really did not. I really hate when those choir or group vocals come in.
It's literally 5 seconds.
And I hate those 5 seconds. I can't stand it. I think it's stupid as hell. I mean, outside of that, it's pretty inoffensive. It's just like, I don't know. It feels a little cheap, I guess.
Cheap, huh?
I feel it's like a 5.
Wow, even lower. I think this is a pretty good song. I like it overall. It's a good opening track. Nothing personal against this whatsoever. It's not got any really lyrics at all. It's just kind of Coldplay doing a little bit of an instrumental opener, and I got nothing against that, so I'll give it a 6. Now, I believe the album kind of really begins here. Cemeteries of London.
At night they would go walking till the breaking of the day. The morning is for sleeping. Through the dark streets they go searching to see God in their own way. Save the night time for your weeping. You're weeping, singing la 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 and the night over London lay.
You're right there, buddy.
So we rode down to the where the toilet goes stray. For their curses to be broken, we go underneath the arches where the witches are in the sea. There are ghost towns in the ocean. The ocean, singing la 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 la, and the night over London
Coldplay solo?
Kinda. Not really.
Not the clapping.
They're not really clapping.
I hear it.
Not right now. They certainly were.
So right away, I'll just say this is going to become kind of a common theme with this album. Is they really harp on the what's the proper term? They really harp on the sort of old timey lyricism, very like oh, God, what
Old time. What is old time?
I'm trying to think of the word, like folklore type of lyricism, like something like reading a poem from the 1600s type of like lyricism in this album. All right,
So he's gonna be real deep.
and not really. It's just more the wordage he uses, like lay and stuff like that. All right,
Lay?
yeah, because he's using it not like you would lay like down, but he's using it as like a different term.
Speaking in Old English.
Yeah, like Old English. Yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of a common theme of this album. What's up, Icy-Roo? How are you? All right, Cemeteries of London. Let's start with Cole.
Oh, bad chorus. Just a big old nope, big old no on the chorus with the la-las. Get out of here with that malarkey.
Okay.
I don't. There's really not much of a melody. I mean, there is a melody to the song, but it's just like it does nothing for me. And just the songwriting here is just unremarkable. I guess is a good term. It's non-impactful. It just doesn't make me care about what's happening at all. The lyricism doesn't really change that, particularly on the chorus.
Mm-hmm.
So it just this whole song, and I did the clapping. No,
The clapping,
yeah, there's just nothing about this song that I care about at all. I didn't
Okay.
really think the guitar solo was that good either. I mean, it's not like irritating me outside of the fucking chorus, but
Sure.
yeah, I give it like a 4.5.
4.5. Ooh.
Not really a fan. I mean, it's mixed well because they're not mixing it.
Well, the whole album is pretty mixed well overall.
Well, that's because they brought in the guy who does that better than anybody else.
What, Eno did this?
Brian Eno produces.
I did not know that. That's pretty cool. No wonder I like this album more than the rest of their discography. Okay, so yeah, I mean, Cole kind of hung up on, pretty much nailed. The chorus kind of sucks. I mean, the la la la's, they do that throughout their entire discography. It's always annoyed me. It's never good. They just don't do it well. I do like the lyricism in this album and how it sounds, like Cole said, old English folklore type of lyricism. He's trying to tell a certain little story in a poem type of thing in each song. This album is it's not a concept album, it's a very themed album. It's very built on this old English type of feel. That's what they were going for this whole time. So I think in that essence, they nail it. However, this song is nothing really too special. It's not one I remember too often. I will say it's better than Life in Technicolor, but only because I think the lyricism is a little cooler. Obviously, there was no lyricism in Life in Technicolor, so it automatically beats that.
The competition.
I'll give it a 6.5. Noah.
Yeah, though a lot of that is what I was gonna bring up first. Yeah, that sucked. Another thing I wasn't a big fan of
Okay.
was the way they brought in all the instruments at once.
That's
didn't
such
hit
a
hard.
Coldplay thing, though.
Yeah,
They love
and
doing that.
They had no right doing that with this song because it doesn't hit hard. It doesn't hit hard. It's very unsatisfying.
I fully agree with
Not
that.
good.
This is the type of song where you wanna kind of just keep the same vibe going throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Cole. I didn't really like the mixing on this.
Oh.
The low end, it was just so fucking meshed together. That's why I heard. I feel like could have done a better job of that, but I'm sure it's very hard to make what they do sound good. So you tried your best, Mr. Eno. Besides that, it was like perfect. It was whatever. It was fine. It wasn't bad. Just had a couple issues I need to point out that could have been improved upon. Besides that, yeah, it's a 5.
Wow. All right. Fair enough. On to Lost. Not my favorite, but I think the vibe and texture created in the song is pretty good. I would agree. Sudip Vyas. I think that's how to say your name. So this is a song, the lyrics do not hit at all.
I hope he does. I hope he does Icy Real.
I bet Brian Eno loves tree fingers.
I hope he does.
I don't even know what
Three
that
Fingers is
means.
awesome. Three Fingers is great. One that got some decent melody writing.
Oh,
It's
The Shine?
Sudip. Ah, there you go.
the shine, the glow, perhaps. The glow is gone. The glow's been gone on these guys for a while.
What's it over there?
I do love the organ in this song, though. I gotta admit. Wish it was a little louder. I know it's pretty loud, but I wish it was even louder. I wish it filled the whole song up.
I don't know if they'd usually do that.
I feel like every Coldplay song has to have either clapping or a tambourine. They just can't
I
help
mean, it's
themselves.
just a genre of music. Imagine Dragons is the same thing.
Oh yeah,
Ex
And they both
Ambassadors,
suck for
Imagine
reasons.
Dragons, Coldplay, they all 21 Pilots, they all do it. Panic at the Disco, all of them.
I wouldn't say that they're the same genre. Perhaps.
Well, maybe not Panic at the Disco, but the other ones I mentioned definitely are. Off Kid
Icy Roo. That song is probably still in my top 5 most listened to Radiohead songs because I used to hate most of Radiohead songs except for that one and the Kid A Cover Try. They're the only ones I listened to in like a year.
I do not think
Weakest
Three
off
Fingers
Kid
is
A.
the
Ooh.
weakest. Three Fingers is probably my top 5 on Kid A. I don't know, there's a nice little peacefulness to it. And it doesn't... And it moves around a bit still, which makes me like it more than most ambient music.
I just checked. Three Fingers is my second most played Radiohead song.
Sounds about right.
It had a huge lead.
I had that
That
shit on
did it.
repeat. That Three Fingers. That's it.
I love the organ on this song. I think it fits it so well. Okay. That was Lost. Oh. I'm gonna go first this one. I love this instrumental. I hate the lyrics on this. It's a very contrasting song for me. I think the organ, this is one of the, I think the organ goes hard and it's very big and loud. And in fact, I wish it was even bigger, honestly. I wish it kind of almost enveloped the whole song. I wish it got to the point where it almost took the lyrics away and drowned out his vocals a bit, because the vocals and lyrics on this, the vocals are fine. The lyrics I have a problem with. They're terrible. They are nowhere close to the theme of this album. It's one of the rare songs on this that has nothing to do with what thematically the album is going for. It seems out of place lyrically, and it kind of annoys me because this is a pretty good themed album, but this one...
How many of these songs even apply to the theme?
I think they all do in some form, except this one. It's
Lovers in Japan?
You'll see. And I think...
Yes, I will.
Ultimately, I'll say this. The instrumental, it slaps. This is where clapping, if you're going to use clapping, this is where it works well, I think. It's sort of like, it's not being used to like try to educate the audience. It's being used as part of the actual song. It's not like, oh, clap here, like, you know, like Cole hates. It's part of the song. It's meant to be there, and it works. Overall, as much as I hate the lyrics, this is still so far the best song. I'm going to give it a 7.5. No.
Yeah, the lyrics suck.
Yeah.
But I don't really judge music off the lyrics very much, so it's not going to change my rating very much. The instrumental was like the definition of a 5. And not really nothing really changed throughout the entire song.
I disagree.
Except for a guitar solo, which was just okay, I guess.
Nah, that's wrong.
I want him to do more, but I'm not sure if he can do more. So, yeah, it's 5. It's mid.
Wow. That's the reasoning you gave it a 5 is terrible reasoning. Fine with the rating, it's awful reasoning.
Mid.
All right, Cole.
I think mostly they do a good job here. I don't entirely think they need to do the clapping. I feel like they could totally just have a drum doing that. But I do think that the organ works well with his voice. And it's like the first time in this album I've actually gotten a good melody. And I think it complements each other pretty well. I mean, it's probably one of Coldplay's better songs. It's just in terms of like writing good melodies.
I mean, melody-wise, sure.
Yeah.
Not song-wise.
I mean, structurally, it's pretty much the same thing as any Coldplay song from this era. And he's not singing in like a super high pitch or register to make him sound extra whiny. So that's good.
It's true.
Yeah, I think this is a decent song. I'll give it like a 7.5.
7.5. Cole and I agreeing for once. There we go. All right, on to 42.
Cole, more important matters. What does a fella gotta do for Nick Chubb?
Lyrics generic as fuck, but it slaps live in the last 1.5 minutes. Just takes off. Muse over Coldplay. I don't think I've ever heard a Muse song in my life. 1998, 2009 Coldplay over Muse.
Just submit me an offer for Nick Chubb and I'll take a gander at it.
Okay.
Oh my god. Boston just turned the ball over with 5 seconds to go, down 1.
Oh no, we're gonna lose the NBA Cup!
Muse got a few bangers. I don't think I've heard a song by Muse in my life.
They got some alright songs.
Here's another. I love that part. I think he vocalizes in this song really well.
Oh,
This is
boy.
when this album gets interesting. One of the rare instances of Coldplay changing their instrumental halfway through a song.
That's the guitar they went with? Really? Okay.
Can we change back? Can we go back to that first part?
Oh yeah. I have a comparison that I'm keeping in my mouth right now because I know you guys would both punch a wall or me.
Nothing you can say that might be really, I don't know. It's like the worst tips I've ever heard in my life, so.
Did anyone play Guitar Hero back in the day? I think I played it once.
Played a little rock band back in the day.
Yeah, I played some Beatles rock band. Come on, guys. We have better tones than this.
This fucking slaps.
Those who are dead are not dead, they're just living in my head.
Poor amputated man's paranoid android. But you do say it is an awesome track, so I'll give you credit for that at least. Alright. That was 42. Let's let Cole start.
You know, there are just sometimes things that bands try to do that they're just not good at doing.
No. Don't.
Like
no.
when Radiohead plays Electioneering, it's just like, this is not what y'all are for. Y'all are just not. You're just not this guy. You just don't. You're not a hard rock band. And Coldplay just does not rock well. like these grooves are just a little sad, a little weak, and it's just like you're supposed to be going really hard here, and I just don't feel it at all. I'm not really getting the energy that you're going for here. I don't really feel like, moving or something. It has no kick to it. It's got no impact. It's just a little dull. I mean, the drum groove wasn't particularly good. The guitar tone was rough, and the guitar riff was nothing special at all. The lyrics are not great. His vocals are whatever. I suppose it's mixed well. Yeah, I don't think they're this guy. I just don't think they got this.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me.
Yeah, this is not what they do. They don't do a lot well, and this is one of the things they don't do well.
They are very upset you brought up electioneering.
Too bad. It's not a good song. I'll nicely give this a 5. I don't even.
All right, time to bring us back to reality. This song slaps. This song is an absolute banger. This instrumental is fire. I love the transition at about a minute in. I do love the tone on the guitar, especially love the tone when he adds in the second guitar and he gets the tempo increase. I love the lyrics. I love the vocals. I love the vocalization. The production is fantastic. I'm a huge fan of this song. It's getting a 9.
Wow.
Noah.
Wow, your music opinion to me just gets less and less valuable as this album continues.
Oh God,
wow, that's a good guitar tone too. Holy fuck, we are lost.
Delusional.
Some bands
lost him.
Coldplay just needs to kind of stay in their sad, little melancholic
bubble. No, they really don't. Because when they do that, you guys complain about them doing that. So shut the fuck up. You can't have it both ways. You can't say, oh, you got to do something different. And then when they do something different, you're like, oh, you got to stay in your bubble.
Well, if you're going to do something different, do it well. They just didn't do it.
They did.
Yeah, they were very out of their depth. That was not good.
Song.
Nope.
Just had no energy.
Yeah, I liked the first half, and then they did that, and it wasn't good. And they kept doing it, and it continued not being good.
Nope.
And the lyrics were whatever.
Holy.
So there you go. You get a 5.
Fuck, these are terrible opinions, boys. Oh my God.
Is this really rock that hard?
Yes.
Seriously?
Is it go hard like a hard rock song? No, it's not a hard rock song.
What they were trying to do.
No, I don't think they were trying to do it at all. I think they were trying to do a little bit of I think they were trying to do a little bit of what like Swans does. A little bit.
Don't
that was a comparison.
What is that? What do you
like the genre that Swans does? I think they were trying to do the type of
rock,
genre,
noise rock, industrial rock.
I think they tried
all
to
of
do
which go
a
harder.
Modified version of it. I don't think they were trying to go that hard.
Which one?
No.
Which one?
Post rock. I think they're trying to do a modified version of post rock, and it's just the sound is different because it's again they are more of a pop rock band.
If
so
anything,
it's always
they were
going to
trying
sound
to
a
do
little
hard
different.
rock or alternative rock, and I just it just wasn't like when you're gonna do a rock groove, you got to make it like groove. It's got to have like some energy, and I gotta want to like.
What did you give it, Noah?
Dance to it.
I give it a 5.
Okay. All right, we got to move on. I actually agree with Cole on this. I think it's too controlled, but I give them the credit on this to change it up, and it is unique. It is unique. This is something they don't do very often on much of their discography, and then they get shit on for doing it, which is hilarious. Do you guys like Breakfast in America? It could be good for the channel.
Oh, Breakfast in America. Let's talk about it, Cole.
No, we're not doing that.
Good album.
All
really
right.
good album.
Up next, we have Lovers in Japan.
Really well produced.
really badly produced.
Listen to their B-sides and EPs from 98 to 03, solid riffs and raw guitar work. Ken Nelson left them at 02 and their production went to shit. But in my opinion, this is their best album, and it came out in 2008. So I don't really agree with that. I do think they were different back in when they first started. They sounded a lot different.
This is a very worrying start.
Don't like it.
The lyrics. This right here.
Coldplay lyricism 101, ladies and gentlemen.
That was
Doesn't
bad.
get much more Coldplay than this.
The
But
right
no,
is
you don't
wrong.
listen to care about lyrics, right?
But if they're bad, I'm gonna make fun of them.
The production of Breakfast in America. Breakfast in America? It's not good. That shit is corny as hell.
To see what it feels like now.
16 to 20-year-olds thinks their shit for Supertramp, and I don't understand why.
It's almost 7 minutes.
Would love to see
the-
you guys react to Breakfast in America.
Mm,
I have absolutely no idea what it is, but
good album.
maybe. What?
I know you've heard songs from it.
Oh yeah, you definitely have.
I used to, I'm gonna be honest with you, I think the Logic song is violently overrated.
Disagreed.
I do not understand the critical plays on this song at all.
That song's got a bop. That's a bopping little groove. Nice melodies.
It's such
Good lyrics.
bomb rock.
There's a lyric coming up right now, or soon, that's gonna be very funny. Or maybe not, because it's a 7-minute song for whatever reason.
That's got that eeriness that you get from post rock, though, right there.
A fade out.
That was
Yeah.
eerie.
It was a very eerie fade out.
I didn't know that was eerie,
It just faded out.
considering it didn't give me the feeling of eeriness at all. That was just sounded like the ending of any song, any pop song.
Completely disagree.
I don't know how this feels like post rock at all.
I didn't say this feels like power. I said that fade out did.
I don't see how it's any different from any other pop song fade out.
Because it had that sound to it.
What?
That post rock loves
No,
to
it
do.
didn't. No, it didn't.
It absolutely did.
It absolutely did not.
Say it, Chris.
What?
Oh, Christopher. Offer your heavy load.
Huh?
Oh, you're talking. I thought you were referencing something.
Also, can we get Metal, Wish You Were Here, The Wall, Division Bell to Adam, but just a bunch of...
We did.
We have
Most of
Wish
those.
You Were Here. We've
Have we done any of those with the new setup?
No.
Oh, but I guess what they do.
Well, Division Bell it is.
Division Bell. Why would we do the Division Bell? I don't know if we're doing the Division Bell or Adam Heart Mother.
Adam Heart Mother I'd like to do.
It's it's gonna get 8 views.
I know. I just feel different about it than a lot of people do.
Yeah, I know you do.
Because I like every single song on it.
You
Holy
sure
Lord.
psychopath. Get lunatic.
God. That's some of the best moments of their early discography. Specifically out in Psychedelic Breakfast. The
That's
instrumental
the
sections on it,
worst
so
song.
good.
Worst song on the album.
Those are some fucking awesome instrumental sections.
It's terrible.
Very
Division
pretty.
Bell is underrated.
2 out of 10. No, it is not.
Mm.
Get out of here.
It's got a couple songs that I think should be talked about more. Like me some Marooned.
Obscured by Clouds
Is
good.
really good. You're right.
Obscured by Clouds. Yeah, it is really good.
If there is an underrated Pink Floyd album, it would be Obscured by Clouds.
God, what a nice little tone right here.
I feel like Obscured by Clouds is like the perfect middle ground Pink Floyd album. Like, if I was to rank it, probably end up right in the middle.
Like number 6.
Yeah, which they have 14 albums, so just around the
15
middle.
albums.
He recorded this on a 14th
Sorry,
century
15.
piano. Wow, that's actually pretty cool.
Good for him.
Noah, 8th generation hater. All right.
Can you record something with a good guitar tone next?
He did. That was Lovers in Japan. And you know what? Just to get his shitty opinion out of the way, let's get Noah.
They spent all the money on that fucking piano. God damn it. God damn it, Chris. Yeah, this song, oof, was a little too long. I feel like it could have ended on that fade out. Because I really just did not care about the second half. It was boring.
Second half is beautiful.
Pretty damn boring. First half's alright, I guess. Melodies are kind of, yeah, not exactly a fan of that. I don't know, Coldplay just doesn't do anything to really draw me in. It just kind of happens, and then it's over, and then I feel nothing. So yeah, 5.
The opinions
It's
of
so
you
what-
just
it's-
gets... You have given a 5 to every single song except the first one in which you gave a 5.5.
Because it's so whatever. It just happens, and then it's gone.
Bro, what the fuck?
I feel absolutely nothing about these songs.
Cole, he's literally given one different opinion the entire time. Oh my god.
I mean,
All right, I'm up next. Time to get rid of this crap hole. Okay, so this is a beautiful song. Specifically, the second half of the song is beautiful. It's got a gorgeous piano being played. I love the little string. I love the strings that also come in as well. They're very nice to hear. And the lyrics on this are pretty well done if you actually read them and take the time to. I think his vocals on this are probably one of the weaker ones on the album, though. Not incredible vocals on this, but the mixing on this, whether it's the first part of the song to the fade out to the transition to the second part, it's all really well done. And I like the first part of the song because it gives a bit more of a heavy feel to it, while the second part is just a beautiful, peaceful little. I guess they're going for a very aesthetic vibe on the second half of the song, and I dig it a lot. So I'm going to give it a 7. Cole.
I mean, this song is a very accurate representation of pretty much all the problems I have with Coldplay as a band. It's just that their songs are just so unremarkable and they're so forgettable. Like, they're not actively pissing me off for the most part. I mean, besides their new album that fucking sucked ass, but their classic stuff in their discography is just like, I can't remember that it exists. I just forget about it so quickly because it just doesn't resonate. Like, their melody writing is just like usually really subpar. The structures are fine, but the songs don't really feel like they go anywhere. And I gotta say, this kind of applies wholeheartedly to that. I find it so hard to care about anything that's happening. I just get sidetracked and distracted because they don't compel me at all. I mean, it was alright. I guess I'll give it like a 5.5 to a 6.
Okay.
Yep.
That's
It basically just happens. It just happens and it's gone.
7 out of 10 for the first half, 9 out of 10 on the second half. Good ranking. All right, up next we have Yes.
And oh my god, it's another 7-minute song.
Well,
Can't
it's 45
keep doing this.
minutes long, and there's only 10 songs, so you knew some of them are going to be longer.
I woke up
What
one
in the hell?
morning.
Cole, you've heard this album before.
Yeah, but I don't remember it.
This proto.
What did I
Elvis
just
blues
say
ass
on the
sound.
last song? This sounds nothing like Elvis. I don't know where you're getting that
It
from.
sounds like a shitty version of an instrument that we played on that album. Okay, now it's all gone because that drum beat came in.
First time he starts with a low tone on his voice.
What is clicking? What are they hitting? I can't think of what part of a drum would make that sound. Unless they're hitting like the rim of the drum.
What is the bass
I love
doing?
that bass.
Freaky.
Love that bass.
Might be the first time we've heard a bass in a Coldplay song, not just play the root notes. Still like it, man.
What is happening vocally right now?
Yeah, that was a rough vocal line. But this is such a cool instrumental track. We go through all different spaces on this one.
They didn't do anything with that.
All it did was serve as a bridge to the chorus.
I actually really like the way he vocalizes on this hook.
Not a big fan of that slide guitar tone.
This instrumental is so heat. It's so unique for Coldplay. It's so different.
It's bad when you have to say it's unique for them.
Brian Eno actually told Chris Martin to force himself to sing lower in the song. It works. It works very well. Such a cool fucking instrumental. They played a violin with the guitar live. That's cool. I'd like to hear that. You can go through the entire Coldplay discography. You will not find one song that sounds like this. Especially recent history. Now the transition.
No boy. We could have just made these two songs.
Only objection I have with this song, and at all, is that it's a little long here at the end. Once again, they're going for that post-rock feel, I think.
They're really more going for an art rock vibe.
Oh, yeah. Love that drain out, too.
No blessings.
You're not to be
sneezed,
blessed.
right?
Waited a tenth of a second after you sneezed. That's the damn.
Bless me.
Get some-
I will go first. I love this song. I fucking love everything about the song. The only thing, like I mentioned about the song, that I do not like is that it's just a little long at the end. I love the atmosphere this song creates. I love both halves of this song. I think the first half is brilliantly well done with the lower tone of voice. The vocals do get a little odd at some points, but I do think he was trying to go for the bit of an oddity on the vocals. I think he was trying to make it a little off balance, not be perfectly aligned with the instrumental the whole time, and I think it actually worked in a weird Coldplay song. Again, like I said, you would never find a Coldplay song like this anywhere else in their discography. This whole album is kind of like that. This is a album with songs that you don't see anywhere else in their shit. So I love the adventurous spirit on this. I love the uniqueness of this album, and I think this song is a perfect representation of that. In the end, while it's just, he's just repeating mainly the same lines, he's doing it in a beautiful way, and I think it's such a polar opposite of the first half, but it works in contrast. I'm a huge fan. 9.5. Cool.
I respect the ambition of this a lot. I have nothing but respect when an artist tries to be versatile and maybe make a longer song with a lot of transitioning parts and really go for something.
Sure.
Nothing but respect for this song in concept.
In concept.
I really can't say that I thought that they really pulled off any of the parts of this particularly well. The first half, I don't really even know what they were doing with the violin. It felt like they just put it there for no real reason. It did not make any sense to me, it being there, and it sounded bad too. Like it just had a bad tone to it, which is odd, but whatever. The second half, which is basically a completely different song.
Yep.
Yeah, they didn't transition. They just stopped and started. So I don't
Yeah,
get.
they're-
So I don't give them any
they're really
bonus
not.
points.
Stop
It's
this
great
song.
though, because this is so rare for Coldplay. They never do transitions on their songs. They never do switches up in any half.
I mean,
They didn't really even do a transition. They
it's
stopped
not
and started.
much of it's not really a transition when you just like stop playing
Yeah.
and then play something completely different. It's
Gotta
just like
transition it
a
better.
different.
It's
part
a
of the song.
contrast. It's a contrast. I feel.
Okay.
I think it represents it well. Anyway, continue.
I mean, the second half they're going for a very pretty, grand, large scale sound. They do okay. It's got a decent vocal melody. The guitars kind of sound like ass. At least the one in the left channel was like way too crunchy. I don't even really know why it was there. But yeah, they did okay in the second half. I thought the second half was better because the first half is just a writing nightmare.
No, absolutely.
The first
not.
half is just all over the place.
No.
Stylistically, they have no idea what they're doing with it, and they don't really do any of the styles particularly well. The second half is okay. I'll give it a 5.5.
Oh my god. Second track is a hidden track. It's called Chinese Sleep Chant. They played it live. It's its own thing. I think it's cool that they added it on. All right, Noah.
Okay. Yeah, not crazy about the first half. Not big on some of the instrumental choices. violin was kind of fucking my ear at some points because it was just so high pitched in one channel.
Fuck it
Slide
up.
guitar, the tone was
Fuck it up.
not it. I don't like that they just use that violin part to just. It would all it was there for was a transition or be a bridge to the mid chorus,
Yeah.
which is stupid. I feel like they could have done more of that, so that's disappointing. I'm not a fan of how they just stopped and started. You could have made 2 different songs if you're not even going to be creative enough to find a way to bridge them together. So, second half of the song was better than the first half. It was more pleasant. Tones could have been better, I guess. The melody was okay. In total, I'll give her a 6.
Wow. Noah. You finally left 5.
Yeah.
It only took how many songs? 6?
See it happening one more time.
All right. Up next, we have the title track and easily by far the most known song off this album, Viva La Vida. I mean, this doesn't just...
We can just play the. Can we play like the Minecraft version?
We are not playing the Minecraft version. Cole finding something to hate about this song.
Oh, it's not
I
perfect.
haven't done anything. I'm just sitting here.
You guys been watching our videos because of the Coldplay album reactions. I might be a little biased. Coldplay's one of my favorite bands, but I love Viva La Vida. Very experimental for them. That's what I've been saying. By far their most experimental album. By far their most
agree.
unique album.
I totally
It's
agree
also their
that
best
it's their most experimental and most unique album. Execution-wise, I mean, I guess it's their best album, but it's just like be as ambitious and unique and experimental as you could possibly be, but do it better.
This is the best lyrical song they ever wrote. It's not even innocent. It's tears above everything else lyrically.
Take your word for it, I guess.
And the melody, chef's kiss. Noah, I didn't know you had your alt account on here. Apparently you have big alt. Your alt account's a big Coldplay fan.
What?
Bro's not getting it.
Why? Because somebody else
The
named
last
Noah?
comment was named
There
Noah.
is another Noah in the chat.
Oh. Seems we're on opposite sides of the Noah spectrum.
Noah's. You're definitely on it though.
You're one to talk, pal. Man. Why couldn't they do this over and over again?
Why couldn't what?
Why can't they just do this over and over again?
Because this. You can't do the same thing over and over again.
Well, I mean, they certainly do the same thing over and over again. It's just, why not pick one of the better ones to do over and over again? I'm not even sure if I can give an honest rating to the song. Because it's so ridden with nostalgia.
There is literally, and I mean literally. I'll save my rating. I'll save my review of the song.
Cole, stop. Stop.
What? I'm literally just sitting here!
10 out of 10 fan base. Have fun listening to this 10 out of 10 album today, guys. Thank you,
I saw that little shit-eating grin come across your face when the backing vocals came in.
I'm literally just sitting here. I'm laughing at you.
This might be one of the best usage of backup vocals of all time.
Stop it. Cole, I think you should invest in a spray bottle. Whenever Grimes makes his bad takes, just spray him.
Can I invest in a hammer whenever I disagree with Cole?
I'm not. You know how much I'd have to get up. I mean, it's just me standing in my doorway, it's just doing this all day.
Is this the best music
All right.
of all time? Fucking turn
There
out
it
the
is. Title
nozzle on
track
that
from
one.
Viva La Vida. I'm starting. Fuck these two idiots. First of all, and first and foremost, I want to say this is a perfect song. This is perfect song. The ending chorus is just epic, Sudeep. You are correct. The backup vocals are beautiful. The song structure is perfect. The melody is perfect. The tone is perfect. Lyrics are fucking awesome and the best he's ever written. Not the best ever written, but best Chris Martin's ever written. Everything about this song fits perfectly. Everything about the song fits in this album perfectly. And they also, and I hate to admit it, Noah's right, they didn't do much of this the rest of their discography. This was, out of all their experimental shit, this was the best experimental they got. It's incredibly well written. It's going to be played, somebody says it's going to be played in 50 years from now. You're right, it will be played 50 years from now. It's an absolute banger. It's one of the most memorable tracks. You can always remember, you always know the song as soon as you hear it. It's a 10 out of 10. It's not a question. Easily hit their best song on their best album. All right, now let's listen to the Senior and Senior dipshits. Yes, go ahead, Cole.
I mean, it's good.
Oh God,
I like it. I can't say it's like massively memorable.
that is fake news, Isuru. I've heard that rumor.
I mean, it might be the best song, I guess. I can't pretend like I think that's a massive compliment to call something the best Coldplay song. I mean, but it's good. I like it. It's got a good melody. You know, the strings are cool.
They're great.
They're good. I don't. I mean, the lyrics are fine. I
The lyrics are fantastic. They're the coolest story he's ever written about.
Again, the fact that you have to say the coolest story that he's ever written means like that. I mean, I just don't care because like he's not a good lyricist. So like saying it's the best of him, like okay.
But it's also a fantastic. It's not just like it's the best of him. It's also a really cool story that he's writing about and how he's like talk about how high he got.
I know what he's saying.
All right,
I just. I mean, the lyrics are solid. They're good, but I'm not like, wow. They're not like wildly impressive to me. I mean, it's generally mixed fine. I'm not entirely sure all of the instruments that are being played here. But I mean, yeah, it's a good song. I'm not gonna pretend like I think it's some amazing, mind-blowing masterpiece of a song because I don't think it is.
It almost sounds like a
because-
symphony at some parts, which is so cool.
Sure, but simply put, I just don't have the desire to listen to the song very often, and to achieve for me like 10 out of 10 song status. I have to like want to listen to you a lot or like think about listening to you a lot, and boy, that doesn't apply to any Coldplay song at all.
Chad, if you look right there, I have a 10 out of 10 playlist. Shit's been in there since the creation. Continue on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even have this in like my main music playlist, which is like
If you're gonna give this
everything in
if
there.
you're gonna give this below an 8, I'm gonna.
I mean, it's like a 7.5 to an 8.
All right, I'll
That's
accept
my
it.
rating.
I'll accept it because I know Noah's about the fucking dog pile. So
I mean, on
I
a
got
good
an
basis.
8. Go ahead, Noah.
Colt did bring up a point of like, I never want to ever go listen to this song.
I completely
good.
disagree.
It's good, and like if somebody brings up, like, yeah, it's a pretty good song. Doesn't mean I don't ever feel compelled to listen to it. I enjoy it a lot. It's got some pretty cool lyrics, good melodies. Maybe their best song. I don't know.
Have you heard enough Coldplay to even say if it's their best song? And I guess you've
I've
heard this
heard
to
a
be third
good
album,
bit.
man.
I've heard a good bit of Coldplay.
Fair enough, fair
plus
enough.
the stuff that gets force fed to you on the radio. Yeah, that whole thing, Cole said, you bring it down half a point. 'Cause it was really good point. Oh yeah, it's an 8.
What I say?
Oh, you're going to an 8.
I'm
Oh,
like,
it's
I
just
thought
that
you were gonna
don't
do a
have to
7
listen-
and a
I'm
half.
like-
listen to it.
just never having like the song just doesn't make me. There's nothing that makes me want to come back to this.
I couldn't disagree more. I listen to this probably at least twice a
back
month. At least.
Oh gosh, it's the first time I listened to that song in full in maybe this year.
I wasn't
I'll give
gonna
it 2
end the
years.
podcast I threw, but
I
might have thrown one of my little stress balls across the room for a minute there.
Just like if you told me I would never honestly, if you told me right now or once we're done with this that like you'll never hear Coldplay again for the rest of your life, I'd be like, oh, okay.
I saw what you typed.
I wouldn't really care that much.
That's a ballsy pick for their best song, but I saw that. All right, up next we have Violet Hill. Last song on the album.
Is it?
Yeah.
What do you say?
I see 2 more songs on the album.
Oh, what the
You
fuck?
say it's the last song? It's not the last song.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Don't get my fucking hopes up.
Wow.
He's really losing it in whatever video this is. There's just like a small clip of the music video for the song playing on Spotify.
Oh, I
He's
got a look of it.
Oh
He's
god,
going to
guys.
town. I don't know what's happening. He's freaking out.
Just stabbing air. Oh yeah.
The best guitar turning Coldplay's a scar.
It's gone.
1 second. It was there for 1 second.
Back fucked up.
Why you gotta bury that, Brian?
God, I wish they had done more albums like this.
There's something about his voice that is not fitting here at all.
No, it's fitting it so well. It's such a contrast to this instrumental and that guitar tone. I get heavy Jack White vibes.
From his voice?
With the voice in contrast to that guitar tone.
Does Jack White contrast his voice with his guitar tones?
I think Jack White's...
Oh boy. What is
I would
this
have to go into it.
2014 ass
Every-
Black Keys guitar tone?
Every Coldplay solo.
Yeah, I know, CD.
It's just repetition.
They're not known for their
And
solos.
don't shit on 2014 Black Keys.
What is this 2016 ass Black Keys guitar tone?
Fine. You can have that.
I mean, they haven't really been a guitar tone since 2014.
It's fine. You didn't need to do all that, Chris. Besides that, I'm enjoying this.
Fuck, I love that part so much.
There we sat in snow. All that time she was silent still. So if you love me, won't you let me know? If you love me, won't you let me know?
All right, Violet Hill. One of my all-time favorite Coldplay songs. Let's start with Noah.
Okay. Vocal melody's pretty good.
Wow, that is the
Seems
first
like
time you've complimented his melody.
Wish you use that guitar a little more. I like the lyrics; they're interesting.
Oh my god, are we gonna
Guitar
get a
solo
high
was
rating?
fucking mid.
Oh.
They can't do everything right. They can only do a couple things right at a time. That's Coldplay. Yeah, it's a pretty good song. The outro's fine. 7.5.
Woo!
Okay, you go.
We got a 7.5 outside Viva La Vida. My god. All right, Cole. Oh no, Cole's about to go the other way.
They're just not that good at rocking, man. They're just not that good at it. I hate, like, it felt awkward. His vocals felt awkward on this song. And they didn't use the actual good guitar tone that they found nearly enough. I don't really know why, but they just ignored it mostly. I mean, the melodies were okay, but I mean, I'm gonna forget about this song in 10 minutes. 6.
Oh my god. That was even worse than I thought it was gonna be. Okay. Pause the delinquents. It's time to give a real ranking on this song. It's fantastic. Probably the most underrated song in Coldplay's discography.
It's got 200 million plays.
It's got 200 million plays, but look how many billions of streams they have, Cole. Look how many streams they have with 2 billion streams. How many songs they have with 2 billion streams, all right? 200 million to them ain't that much. Let's be honest, okay?
They have 4.
They got a lot. They got a lot of streams, all right? They're very popular. So 200 million, it's actually on the lower end of them. But let's talk about Violet Hill. Fantastically well written, incredibly well sung. I was talking about during the song, the contrast between that guitar tone and how he's singing blends perfectly in the song. Brian Eno put it together in a masterful way. I love the lyrics. I love the storytelling. I love how you can read through this, and you can almost read through this like it's its own poem in a way. And oh man, it's dramatic without being over dramatic. It's calming without being annoying calm. And it's also got a bit of that grit with that guitar tone that comes in. Now, I do admit, I do wish they had used the guitar tone more because it's fantastic. It's a great one. But other than that, there's really nothing I have against this song. 9.5. Love it to death. All right. Up next, we have Strawberry Swing. Cole, now you got me addicted to looking at the videos on the right. This motherfucker doing some weird shit. The video on the right is Spotify. I agree with you, Noah Melez. What's up, Jimbo? Jimbo. Jimbo, I'll say this. I enjoy this. I've been enjoying this album far more than these two have. I guess Cole's like some parts.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's better than okay. So this is an example of the part. Excuse me. It's an example of the parts of Coldplay I do not like. And unfortunately, Coldplay decided, because these types of songs get the most streams for them. Maybe, I don't know. They did this before streaming was a thing, but these types of the songs made them like very, very popular. This is the direction a lot of their albums would start to go in, and it's very annoying because I think they had such better material in other songs that didn't sound like this. What are you two chuckling about?
He really regretted offering me that trade quickly. My goodness. He offered me a trade maybe 3 minutes ago, and then he canceled it.
So you guys should watch a live Viva Unplugged session. I have watched that. Yeah, you know, it's weird.
Yeah.
They sound way better live than recording.
I looked at my team and I was like, you know,
apparently
maybe this
is
wouldn't work.
scientifically proven to be one of the most relaxing songs in the world. I That's kind of odd. His voice gets a little high pitched on here. I wouldn't find that very
With that
relaxing.
annoying guitar in the background? Fucking hell.
I'll have to look that one up. I mean, lyrically, I get it.
What other songs were used in the scientific test? That's my question.
Yeah, I would like to see what it was up against.
Captain Beefheart.
Mahavishnu Orchestra.
Oxygen.
Alan's
by
psychedelic
Swans.
breakfast.
Alan's Psychedelic Breakfast is relaxing, matter of fact.
Relaxing
The
to the point where you...
Flammable Man by Donners.
I wonder if they did a relaxing test if Maggot Brain would be on that.
No.
It's not a relaxing song.
That guitar is screaming!
I think it's it
That's a
relaxes me
soul
every time I hear it.
song.
See, lyrically, I know this is a very, very generic lyrical song, but I have no problem with it given the structure of this song and how it's meant to be. I mean, apparently it's scientifically meant to be one of the most relaxing songs, but I have no problem with that. If the lyrics are going to
not
be
meant.
generic, the song needs to be something that's just like this. Okay, Strawberry Swing. Let's go to Cole.
Well, this is some classic. I don't even remember what happened on that fucking song from
Wow.
Coldplay because I have completely forgotten the entire song already. That shit was boring as hell. I guess maybe it just put people to sleep and they deemed that to be really relaxing because that's what it was doing for me. I was struggling to even pay attention to this. This was so much of nothing. It wouldn't even really mix all that well.
No problem, Noah.
I guess I'm feeling like a 4.5 to a 5.
All right, I'll go. So this is, like I said during the song, this is an example of what the Coldplay started to do in their latter half of their career and all till this year as well, making songs were just about happiness and butterflies and sunsets and the sky being blue. And look, that's fine time to time, but when you do that as like your whole fucking album and like we had on Mind of Music or whatever the fuck whatever the fuck the name of their album was, it sucks. It's boring, it's ridiculous, it's stupid. There's no need to make a whole album like that. That's why I didn't like that album. This on its own is fine. They did this one other time in this album as well. However, I don't really have a huge issue with it. It's very calming. It is relaxing. It does have some generic ass lyrics. There's no doubt about that. Especially given the rest of the album's lyrics have been far better than this one. But the structure of the song is meant to be a calming, generic, relaxing song. I don't have anything really to hate about that, so I'll give it a 6. Noah.
Okay, yeah, it was okay. It was alright. I had no issues with it. Pretty boring, I guess. Pretty boring. Nothing really stood out positively or negatively.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty whatever. 5.
Have you guys heard Between the Buried and Me? Colors is my favorite metal album of all time. Could be a great reaction. All right, somebody write that down. We'll check it out. I don't even know what Colors is, so we'll have to see. Not my favorite, well put together track, great live. Sorry. I think Yes is my favorite song on the album with how long I've known it. Life in Technicolor that I expand this later on. Also, I've added quite a bit concept-wise. Cool. I don't know about Yes, but that's a good pick. Last song, we have Death and All His Friends.
Away over on the rooftops, let's get married. Oh, summer, we just hurry. So come over, just be patient.
Oops, not Life in Technicolor. Prospects March.
So
Oh, okay.
patient and don't worry.
You know, if there are any diehard Coldplay fans in this chat, I have a question for you fellas. Maybe you can explain it to me, because I don't really understand it. Why did they just start leaning on this type of music rather than the rest of this album for the rest of their discography? Or for most of their discography? I was quite disappointed to see that. Prediction: Noah 5 out of 10, Cole 5 out of 10, Ryan 8 out of 10, mine I think you're gonna nail Noah and Cole pretty hard there, I'm not gonna lie. I have like a 600 unreleased demo drive of songs for Coldplay. Holy fuck. Yeah, I'd say you're a diehard. Oh, here we go.
Oh god. This feels overly bouncy, I'm scared.
How dare something be groovy? Right, Noah? Can't be
Not
happy.
what he said.
Bouncy.
It's not what he said.
Bouncy's bad.
Too bouncy, yeah. Yeah, no. Not a fan of how the drums are sounding.
The demos are far superior to their finished tracks. Yeah, see, Noah, the problem... I'll get to your comment in a second. Sorry, I wanted to wait till a quieter part of the song. Noah, that's called, unfortunately, selling out. And that's oftentimes why I've been very, very heavily critical of Coldplay outside of this album and one other. Well, I get that. I mean, Eno did produce the album, so... MMLP is a 10 out of 10. Banger album. Not really sure why you brought that up, but I'll take it anyway. See, this is another really cool song that they just didn't do more of. Yeah, Jimbo, you know, he knows one of the greatest producers of all time. So if he was gonna he reclaimed this album from how they originally had it and change it up a lot, I'm not gonna doubt that at all. I mean, it's probably why it's their best album. All right, there we have Death and All His Friends. All His Friends. All right, I will start this one. I sort of mentioned it during the song. This is exactly, I mean, this song is literally exactly what I wish Coldplay had done more of. This song has different characteristics about it that make it unique compared to the rest of their discography. It has the, you know, it has the electronic music part of it, sure, but it does it in a creative, unique, and ultimately different fashion than Coldplay does most of their songs. It's got a bit, you can actually hear a passionate, emboldened tone in Chris Martin's voice. You can hear how he sort of like cares about this song more. He's putting more effort into it. He's not just making it like mainstream. And you know, people were mentioning it, you know, comments like the chat were saying that like this is they unfortunately went the other way after this album. This is a turning point in their band. And this is it was such a beautifully well made song. I'm a huge fan of the style of the way to finish this album. It kind of fits with the rest of the album, I think, a lot. I'm gonna give it 8.5. Cool.
Kind of committed the big sin of Coldplay songs for me again. Of just, I could not bring myself to care about like anything that was happening. Really, I mean, melodically, it was just whatever. Lyrically, I wasn't particularly interested. Admire their desire to, you know, switch up structure and get a little creative with that, but just the different parts of the songs just really did not affect me in any way. It's just kind of a forgettable ending to an alright album. Feeling like a 5 to a 5.5 on that one.
5 to a 5.5. Noah.
Oh yeah, that happened.
Motherfucker was asleep.
That was making me pretty tired. I'll admit that. Local melodies, I'll call it the first half, I guess. First half, they were pretty good. I mean, I did not like the hook. The hook kind of sucked. Lyrics were whatever. Second half was pretty enjoyable. Went on for too long. I lost interest pretty quickly, but besides that, it was pretty all right. I'll give that a 6.
6, okay, wow. All right, boys and girls, it is final rankings time. We also give our top 3 of the album and our final thoughts as well. Real quick though, I did want to read the checks. We got a lot of messages recently. The first 4 albums are definitely my preferred Coldplay. I love the sound of their demos more than some of the released tracks. You know, definitely is most of it they swept in and reinvented most of the pay work the band laid down, comparing it to Max Martin on Music's Day. Yeah, they did sell out a bit. There's no doubt about it. I mean, they absolutely sold out the rest of the album for quite a lot. And honestly, I think it's just the fact that they decided to, like somebody said, they wanted to evolve with the music and be more mainstream, and their decision to do that ultimately led to their downfall in a lot of fans' eyes, I think. All right, let's get into final rankings. I'm going to start out because I never start out on final rankings, so I figured I would because I seem to be the most in favor of this album. So my top 3 is going to be... Yeah, I think so. All right, we have Yes, Violet Hill, and Viva La Vida at number 1. Those are my top 3. Overall, my final thoughts on this album, I think this is their... somebody said there was another album that's their most experimental. Personally, I think it's this one. I think they definitely went out and were more unique than they ever had been. I also think this is the last good album they ever made. There was only really 2, in my opinion, in their discography that could be considered good or higher. and this is one of them. It's really there's themes into this album. There's actual passion. Brian Eno came in and did a lot of work on this to give it a proper feel and production wise. Somebody put in the chat that he actually had each member record separately and then put it together on its own, like a track on its own. So that's really like to see how that worked. The thing I like the most about this album is that it has songs that don't just sound like generic pop music or generic pop rock music like the rest of their discography tends to do. It doesn't even sound like most of their discography. You can tell the songs on Viva La Vida. It sounds so much different than the rest of their album. I do appreciate the effort they did seem to put in this. It does seem like they cared a lot more about this album. And then the downfall kind of happened after this, which is very unfortunate. Because I think there was potential in this band to be good. I do. There's probably a lot of people who are going to disagree with me, especially the hardcore radio or Coldplay. I don't know why I said it radio. Coldplay haters, but the potential clearly is there. I just think they took a completely different turn in their discography after this and just refused to go back to this type of stuff. So, over and above all, I'm going to give this album an 8.5. Let's go to Noah.
Okay. Let me get my little ranking. Okay, let's see. At number 3, I guess we shall go Death and All His Friends. 2, I'll go Violet Hill. 1, Viva La Vida. This album was less annoying than I was expecting it to be.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool. I guess it was more interesting at points, but then they did still Coldplay pretty hard at some other points. Yeah, Cole was pretty dead on with how I feel about this album. It was okay.
Oh my god.
I'll give it a 6.
6?
It was okay.
Noah started out the album with 4 straight 5s in a row and then ends up with a 6. Would you look at that? All right, Cole, your final ranking.
What was the highest that I gave a song besides Viva La Vida and Lost?
You gave a 6 to Lovers in Japan and 6 to Violet Hill.
Okay, I'll go. Boy. Lovers in Japan 3, Lost 2, Viva La Vida 1.
Wow! Violet Hill not breaking the top 3 is crazy. Although you were the lowest on it. Fair enough.
Tragic. Overall, I mean, I definitely think this is the best that they could have ever done. I have no faith in this band at all to be anything more than this, because I don't hear the talent really, except for very small moments here and there.
I hear it in moments, absolutely. Songs even, like Viva La Vida and Violet Hill. There's clear talent there.
Yeah, but it's like the best. It's the best they'll ever do. So. I mean, I guess they sold out, but like sold out to what? I mean, it wasn't like this was. I don't feel like this is really going anywhere.
What do you mean?
I don't think this band was going anywhere.
This band was mega popular when this album came out.
It's not what I meant. I meant artistically. I don't think they were ever gonna like be something really great. If they hadn't sold out or whatever. I mean, it just commits the crime that Coldplay usually commits to me in their classic stuff of just being mostly forgettable, not particularly offensive, but just like kind of bland, a little lifeless. Nothing about it is like really grabbing me. I never really want to like think about the lyrics or like hear something and I'm like, oh wow, that was really impressive. I'm surprised they did that. There's really never anything surprising or anything that really just pulls me into it. There are some good moments, like Viva La Vida and Lost is pretty decent. But I mean, and I guess I'll give them the compliment of this is the best thing that they ever made. I'm feeling like well, in terms of production, nobody's perfect. Sorry, Brian, but you have done so much better than this.
Work with what you got.
Yeah, I'm feeling like a 5.5 to a 6.
Ooh, that's honestly lower than I thought you were gonna go. I thought you'd go at least closer to a 7. Damn. Well, all right. That's our final rankings. We have a lot of chat to read. I'll have to get after it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys definitely did enjoy this. I know we've had this requested for quite a while. Well, now we got it done, so you can stop requesting Coldplay's Viva La Vida. It's done. There you guys go. I have seen that people in the chat were saying that they are coming out with one final album, their last album, self-titled The Coldplay, and apparently it's entirely self-produced. If I read that correctly, which I lost somebody who said something. It's entirely self-produced by them, and I don't know. Anyway, it's called The Coldplay. It's coming out. We don't know when it's coming out. I don't know when it's coming out. But when it does, apparently it's entirely self-produced, and it's going to be a whole bunch of they're going to go back to an older style is what I've heard, but I could be wrong. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. Let us know in the comments down below what you guys think of Viva La Vida. Let us know if you enjoyed it, if you enjoyed the review. We have a bunch of other reactions you guys can go check out. We try to post at least 3 to 4 times a week. Yeah, I think we have a whole bunch of reactions coming up. We have also some other content as well, not just reactions. You'll get to see that soon. If you did enjoy, please subscribe, hit the bell to get notified when we go live. We were doing this live stream with all the chat that we were talking to. Thank you guys so much for watching. Follow us on Twitter, follow us on TikTok. We'll see you in the next video. All right, chat. Thank you guys for coming out. There's a lot of you guys, a lot of new people here as well. We appreciate it. Let's see. Oh boy, a lot of Coldplay fans in here talking about their demos. I have never heard a Coldplay demo, but a lot of people saying their demos sound better. I don't think they sold out. I think Chris Martin has a personality to sort of to be liked. He fucked himself up bad after this album went through a midlife crisis and came out as a post-police Sting. That is a lot. What? Wow.
Fair enough.
All right. Damn. I mean, still though, even if you have a personality sort of to be liked, you can still he's still sold out, man. There's no way to get around that. Like they it wasn't just, I mean, it's not just him, the whole band did. That's a decision they made together. Okay, Cole, you've been told to listen to A Rush of Blood to Their Head with the B-sides. The talent is there. There you go.
That's their second album.
That is their second album. Also got like the 3 different versions of the Raise Matter. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, chat. It was really good to see a lot of new people here. A lot of people probably hadn't heard us before. We have a bunch of other reactions. We also have other Coldplay reactions. We did their newest album. Is it Moon Music?
Yeah.
Moon Music. That's it. We did their newest album, Oh, why can I not say that? Moon Music. And we also did Parachutes as well. And now we have finally checked out Viva La Vida. So might be done with the Coldplay reactions for a little bit, but thank you guys for requesting them. I know a lot of people did. And yeah, if you guys have any other requests, put them in some of the, put them in the video when it goes up on YouTube, or go to one of our reactions, put it down there, and hopefully we'll check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next stream.